dude here with you again. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I make videos every single day, sometimes multiple videos depending on how active the day is and what kind of mood I'm in. So, if you don't like this video, maybe you'll like the next. Today, I am ranking the Big 12 quarterbacks. Yesterday, I went through the Davey O'Brien Best Quarterback Award watch list. There was 30. I ranked them today. I'm going to start going conference by conference. So today I'm going to do the Big 12 from number 10 to number 1, whether it's starting or potential starters. So at number 10 is Kansas, and they have 2 in the mix. Thomas McVitie, a 3-star transfer from Pitt. I'll have to give it to him. Good decision transferring from that crap hole. They also have Jalen Daniels. He's a 3-star dual threat recruit. So Kansas is at number 10 because they still haven't really made up their mind, and the people they do have don't have much experience. Not saying they're going to be bad, I just don't know much about them. Alright? So number 9 is TCU's Matthew Baldwin. He's a 4-star transfer from Ohio State. His high school numbers were pretty good. Threw for over 4,000 yards, 70%, 44 touchdowns. Pretty good, but not great, and I haven't seen much from him. So, moving on to number 8. Kansas State, Skylar Thompson. He's a senior. He's a dual threat. Last year, he was 177 out of 297. That's 59.6%. Threw for 2,315 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Also carried the ball 114 times for 405 yards, 3.6 yards a carry, and 11 touchdowns. This guy can be deadly running the ball. It's just needs a little bit of help getting going. He could move up on the list. We'll see. We'll see. Number 7 on the list is West Virginia, Jarrett Dougie. I know, Austin Kendall is still in the mix, but for right now, I'm going to go with Jarrett Dougie for West Virginia. Last year, he only played 4 games. He's a senior, but because he only played 4 games last year, he has an extra year. So we have him for 2 more years. So let's go back to 2018 when he was at Bowling Green State. He was 242 out of 389. That's 62.2%. Threw for 2,660 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Next on the list is number 6, Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler. And the only reason he's at number 6 is because he hasn't had much college experience. So he's a redshirt freshman. He's dual threat. He's a 5-star recruit. He's a sensation. But like I said, not much experience. His high school stats, wow. He threw for over 11,000 yards, 116 touchdowns and 33 interceptions. It's not bad, man. He also carried the ball 241 yards for 1,040 yards. That's 4.3 yards a carry and 14 touchdowns. So yes, he can throw the ball and run the ball. Next, we have number 5, Texas Tech's Alan Bowman. In 2019, last year, he only played 3 games. He's been having some health issues. So he needs to stay healthy to move up higher on this list. So we'll go by 2018. He was 227 for 327, 69.4%. Threw for 2,638 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Could move up on the list if he can stay healthy. Number 4, Oklahoma State's Spencer Sanders. He's a sophomore. He's a dual threat. He started 11 games last year. He was 155 out of 247. That's 62.8%. Threw for 2,065 yards, 16 touchdowns, but 11 interceptions. Got to cut down on those, buddy. 139 carries for 628 yards. That's 4.5 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns. Also, he has a ton of weapons around him. So, just from a weapon standpoint, he could go up the list, because Oklahoma State could have a pretty decent year. We'll see. Number 3 on the list, Baylor's Charlie Brewer. He's a senior. He's mobile, but not quite a dual threat. Last year, he was 251 out of 389. That's 64.5%. Threw for 3,161 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Last year, Baylor had a great year, and Charlie Brewer had a very good year. They lost their quarterback, and that offensive line needs to keep Charlie upright this year if he wants to duplicate those numbers. All right? Number 2, Iowa State's Brock Purdy. He's a junior. He's mobile as well, but not quite a dual threat. Last year, he was 312 out of 475. That's 65.7%. Threw for 3,982 yards. That's a lot of yards. 27 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. This guy has some really good potential, but I don't know. There's just this hump that he can't get over. But I still have him at number 2. So that leaves us with the number 1 quarterback coming back in the Big 12, and you guessed it, number 1, Texas's Sam Ehlinger. He's a senior, and people forget he's a dual threat as well. Last year he was 296 out of 454 attempts. That's 65.2%. Threw for 3,663 yards. Not bad. 32 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. The interceptions are a little high. That needs to come down. He also carried the ball 163 times for 663 yards. That's 4.1 yards a carry and 7 touchdowns. So whether you love the guy or you hate the guy, he can make it happen. He's a senior. He has great leadership, and Texas should either finish 1, 2, or 3 in the Big 12, depending on what Oklahoma and Oklahoma State do. What do you guys think? How would you rank him? Agree, disagree, whatever. Anyways, that's it for the Big 12, and I'll be moving on to the Pac-12, Big 10, ACC, and SEC. So that's all I got for you today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.